Broncos country, hold on to that energy. Are you ready to feel the ground shake in Denver? The team that stormed back into the playoffs in 2024 is coming in hot for 2025. And today we're talking about the names that could explode in fantasy football and take our offense to the next level. A rookie running wild, a wide receiver heating up, and a young gun already being compared to legends. Want to know who's set to make a difference? Then stick around, family, because the Denver Broncos are ready to set the field and your fantasy team on fire. Tell us, Broncos country, who are you betting on for 2025? Drop it in the comments and hit play to find out. What's up, Denver Broncos family? 2024 was our turning point. After 8 long years without a playoff appearance, the team came back strong, finishing the season 10-7 with a plus 114-point differential and a campaign that got the whole fan base fired up. Sean Payton, the guy who's already got a Super Bowl under his belt, is building this team with a championship mindset. Now in 2025, the expectations are sky high. The offense jumped to 10th in points scored, 425, up 68 from 2023, but still ranked 19th in total yards. That means there's still room to grow, and that's where these fantasy football buzz names come in. Let's dive into the players who can make the Broncos shine and maybe help you win that fantasy trophy. Let's start with our quarterback, Bo Nix. The 2024 rookie proved he's no joke. He finished the year as the QB5 in rushing, 92 carries, 430 yards, 4 TDs, and showed major growth down the stretch. From weeks 9 to 18, his accuracy jumped from 63% to 69%. Bad throws dropped from 18.5% to 13.6%, and he averaged 20.5 fantasy points per game. That's top 10 QB material. Now, with a year of experience, a top 3 offensive line, and some key additions, Nix is ready to take off. He's more comfortable in Sean Payton's system, running less, throwing better, and building chemistry with his receivers. Be honest, Broncos country, are you feeling this Nix confidence? He could be the guy to carry your fantasy team, worth drafting as a solid QB1, or at the very least, a high-upside backup. Now remember this name, R.J. Harvey. The second-round pick out of UCF is already being called a fantasy darling by analysts. Why? Because he's a tackle-breaking machine. In 2024, he ranked second in the FBS for explosive runs, 32, 7th in missed tackles forced, 69, and posted 22 touchdowns and 20 receptions. This guy is a complete running back. At 5'8", 205 lbs, he may not be the biggest on the field, but he makes up for it with power, patience, and burst. He ran a 4 or a 40-yard dash at the combine. This dude can fly. The catch? He's not alone in the backfield. J.K. Dobbins, signed in free agency, is a talented vet but has a long injury history, only played in 40.4% of possible games. Payton loves using a RB committee, so Harvey and Dobbins will likely split carries. Still, with a key running back heading to Dallas, Denver's backfield now has 285 touches up for grabs, leaving plenty of room for Harvey to shine, especially in the passing game. Projections have him at 1,232 scrimmage yards and 8 TDs, but some believe he could reach 500 yards and double-digit touchdowns. And behind a monster O-line with Quinn Meinerz, Garrett Bowles, and Mike McGlinchey, the running lanes will be there. So tell us, Broncos country, will Harvey be the RB1 we need, or will Dobbins steal the spotlight? Let us know what you think. And then there's the guy making fans' hearts race, Marvin Mims Jr. The 23-year-old wide receiver closed out 2024 with a surge that left jaws on the floor. Over the final 3 weeks, 16 catches, 216 yards, 4 TDs, averaging 20.6 PPR fantasy points per game. That's WR7 level production. Starting in Week 10, he became a key piece of the offense, averaging 14.4 fantasy points per game, WR24 pace, for a full season. What changed? Payton finally figured out how to unlock Mims's blazing 4.38 speed and his elite separation ability. The issue? Mims still isn't the WR1. Cortland Sutton dominated 44% of the air yards and 25% of targets in 2024, and he's back on a 4-year, $92 million deal. Mims played limited snaps, averaging 23 per game at season's end, but Peyton started using him in creative ways, even in the backfield, to spark big plays. In 2025, with more slot snaps, where he averaged 5.5 yards per route in 2024, and a more confident Nix, Mims could be the sleeper pick that wins you your league. Projections say 50 catches, 750 yards, and a few TDs, but if he becomes the true WR2, the sky's the limit. So tell us, family, is Mims the mid-draft gem who'll win you the league, or does he still have more to prove? And now, Broncos country. Let's talk about a rookie coming in hot, Pat Bryant. Selected in the 3rd round of the 2025 NFL Draft, this 6'2", 205-pound wide receiver from Illinois is already being compared to Michael Thomas by none other than Sean Payton himself. Seriously, that's no small praise. Bryant wrapped up his final college season with 54 receptions, 984 yards, and 10 touchdowns, averaging an impressive 18.2 yards per catch. He's not the fastest, ran a 4.61 in the 40-yard dash, but he makes up for it with reliable hands, sharp route running, and elite contested catch ability. The challenge for Bryant is the competition. With Sutton, Mims, Troy Franklin, and Unveil ahead of him, he's starting lower on the depth chart. But his size and red zone ability could make him an instant weapon, especially when it comes to scoring touchdowns. Peyton already says he sees shades of Michael Thomas in him at the line of scrimmage. That's huge. In fantasy, he's more of a follow than an immediate sleeper, but in deeper or dynasty leagues, he's a name to watch. And if Sutton, now 30, starts to decline, Bryant might just be the future. What do you think, Broncos family? Will Bryant break out early or need some time to settle in? And last but definitely not least, we've got Evan Engram, the tight end brought in to finally fix a long-standing issue in this offense. Over the past 2 years under Peyton, Denver's tight ends have been a black hole, accounting for just 13.2% of receptions and 13% of receiving yards. Engram, with 112 catches and 957 yards out of the slot over his last 2 seasons, is a massive upgrade. Peyton loves a joker TE who lines up in the slot. 52.3% of Denver's TE snaps came from the slot in 2024, and Engram fits the bill perfectly. He could see 90-100 targets and push for top 6 fantasy TE numbers. The downside? He's 30 years old and only played 9 games in 2024 due to injury. Still, with Bo Nix progressing and the offense needing reliable targets, Engram's a strong fantasy bet with real upside. So Broncos country, are you hyped about Engram, or do you think the WRs will steal the spotlight? Let us know. Looking at the big picture, the Broncos are building an offense that blends youth, speed, and experience. The defense, number 1 in the league in EPA per play and 2nd in success rate, can mask some of the offense's growing pains. But the truth is, Peyton is building something special. With a more mature Bo Nix, an elite O-line, and additions like Harvey, Bryant, and Engram, this team is primed to rise from 19th in total offensive yards. For fantasy, that means you might strike gold in Denver, whether it's an explosive RB like Harvey, a breakout WR like Mims, or a steady TE like Engram. The real question is, who are you drafting first, Broncos country? Hey, Denver Broncos family, if you're as fired up about this team as we are, don't waste a second. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and be part of this journey to glory in 2025. We're Broncos country at heart, and every like, comment, and share helps spread the passion. Let's show the world that Denver is where football dreams come true. And I'll be real with you, this team is giving me chills. The energy Bo Nix is bringing, the explosion of R.J. Harvey, and the potential of Mims and Bryant makes me believe that 2025 might not just be the year we return to the playoffs, but go further. My bold prediction? Harvey finishes as RB15 in fantasy, and Mims becomes a WR2 nobody saw coming. What about you? What's your fantasy hot take? I want to hear it. So, Broncos country, what do you think of these breakout candidates for 2025? Who's on your fantasy radar? R.J. Harvey, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Evan Engram, or even Bo Nix? Drop your picks in the comments. Tell us how your draft is shaping up and what you expect from the Broncos this season. Don't forget to smash that like button, share with your fellow Denver fans, and subscribe so you don't miss a single snap. Until the next video, go Broncos!